Mataji, audio with Varla Mataji.
2 minutes. I'm not speaking. 2 minutes. I'm going live. Please wait.
Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayeshu Badareshu Nityam Bhagavada Sevayam Bhavatya Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjane Shalakaya Shakshurun Militam Yena तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा गदामह्यं तदा स्वापदाण्डिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनी दिनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna to all devotees. I welcome you all for this morning short Bhagavadam session on behalf of NND Prabhuji, ISKCON Mangaluru, Kulai. So let us go into the today's sloka. It is 5.5.17. I request you who would like to recite to raise their hands. So that will help me to make you to recite. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. कष्टं स्वयं तत् अभिज्ञो विपश्चित् आविद्यायाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानां दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं संग्रहाण कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेत् उत्पदगं यथा अंदम्. सूर्य प्रकाश राव प्रभुजी. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. प्रणाम. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. कस्तं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपच्ययेत् अविद्यायाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणः कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयत् उत्पादकं यथा अंधम्. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Hare Krishna जी. Hare Krishna. R Vijay Kumari Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kastam Swayam Tat Abhijno Vibhachit Avidyayam Andere Vartamanam Srishtva Punastam Chatrunah Kubityum Prayojayet Utpadaham Yadantam. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you Mataji.
Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna. Madhumayi Krishnakant Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
हरे कृष्ण.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. कस्तं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपश्चित् अविद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणः कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेत् उत्पदकं यथान्धम्. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Anjali Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kahatam swayam tat abhidnyaha vipashchit avidyayam antare vartamanam drashtra punastam sagrunaha kubuddhim prayojayet Utpathagam Yatha Andham. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Venkata Narasimha Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Kastam swayam tadabhigno vipacchi avidyaya mantare vartamanam drishtva punastam sagruna ubuddhim prayojane dutpadagam yadantam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes. Chitra Mohini Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare
ओम
Krishna Mataji.
भगवते वासुदेवाय कस्तं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपश्चित् अविद्ययाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणा कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेत् उत्पदगं यथा अंधम्। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू।
Hare Krishna. Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna. Madhu Soni Mataji.
हरे
Please
कृष्ण
go
माता
ahead.
जी।
Hare Krishna
ओम
Mataji.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय कस्तं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपश्चिद अविद्यायाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सघृणः कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेदुत्पथगं यथान्धम्।
Hare
थैंक यू
Krishna.
माता जी। हरे
Thank you
कृष्ण।
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Subbarao Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी।
Pranams Prabhuji. Pranams. Hare Krishna.
कष्टं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपश्चित् अविद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सघृणः कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेदुत्पथकं यदान्धम्।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Lakshmi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Hare Krishna Mataji.
हस्तं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपश्चेत् अविद्यात्मान्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणं कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयदुत्पथगं यथान्धम्। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you Mataji. Prafulla Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। प्रणाम माता
Hare
जी।
Pranams Mataji.
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय कस्तं स्वयं तद्विज्ञो विपश्चित् अविद्यायाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणा कुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेत् उपद्गम यथान्धम्। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू।
Thank you Mataji. Revati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। प्रणाम माता जी।
Pranams Mataji. Hare Krishna.
स्वयं तत् अभिज्ञो विपश्चित् अविद्यायाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणकुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेत् उत्पथगं यथान्धम्। हरे कृष्ण माता जी। थैंक यू वेरी
Hare
मच।
Krishna. Thank you very much. Srinivas Rao Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Yes.
माता जी।
Hare Krishna.
ओम नमो
Pranams Prabhuji.
भगवते वासुदेवाय कस्तं स्वयं तदभिज्ञो विपश्येत् अविद्यायाम् अन्तरे वर्तमानं दृष्ट्वा पुनस्तं सगुणकुबुद्धिं प्रयोजयेत् उत्पथगं यथान्धम्। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So this sloka is a small sloka, and then if possible can we have one more sloka also, so that synonyms after that we will take one more, because both slokas are interrelated. Ka, who is that person? Tam, him. Swayam, personally. Tat abhijna, knowing the spiritual knowledge. Vipaschit, a learned scholar. Avidyayam antare, in ignorance. Vartamanam, existing. Drishtva, seeing. Punaha, again. Tam, him. Sa grahana, very merciful. Kubuddhim, who is addicted to the path of samsara. Prayojet, would engage. Upagham, utpadagam, who is proceeding in the wrong path. Yatha, like Andam, a blind man. Translation by the Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. If someone is ignorant and addicted to the path of samsara, how can one who is actually learned, merciful, and advanced in spiritual knowledge engage him in a fruitive activity and thus further entangle him in a material existence? If a blind man is walking down the wrong path, how can a gentleman allow him to continue on this way to danger? How can he prove this method? Nor wise or kind man can allow this. So this sloka tells the duty of a that is a wisely person or a gentleman or a sober man or a Siddhadir Muni. So one has one who is in that position should not allow the lower level of the that is those who are engaged in the fruitive activities to take that path. They should preach and they should make them understand what will be the destination for them if they take the wrong path. So they need to guide them. So that is the duty of a wisely person. So that only this sloka defines. So can someone who have not recited till now, can we take that? Gurur na shayat svachano na shayat pita na shayat janani na shayat daivam na shayan na patischa shayan na mochayetya samupeta mrityum. Yes, Sheila Mataji, would you like to recite? Hare Krishna. Okay. Chitra Mohini Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vasudevaya Gururna sasyat sajjano na sasyat pitana sasyat janani na sasyat daivam na tasya na patischa sasyat namo chayedhya samupetam mrutyam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Chitra Subramanian Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare Pranams Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Gurur na sasyat svajano na sasyat pita na sasyat janani na sasyat daivam na tasyasna patishcha sasyat namo chayedhya samupeta mrityum. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna. Madhumayi Krishna Kant Mataji, Hare Krishna. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Guru
Mataji.
na sasyat svajano na sasyat pita na sasyat janani na sasyat daivam na tatsyan na patischa sa syannamo chayedhya samupeta mrityum. Thank you.
Yes, thank you Mataji. Prafulla Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Guru na sasyat swajano na sasyat pita na sasyat janani na sasyat daivam tatpanyam patischa sasyam mocha petya smamuyeta amutpatyam.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Venkata Narasimha Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Gurur na satyat sajano na satyat Vyatana sajjat janani na sasyat daivam na tatsnyana paticha na sasya namochayadya samupeta murchum.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Lakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Gurur
na sasyat svajano na sasyat pita na sasyat janani na sasyat daivam na tatsyan na patischa sanisyan na mochayadya samupetya mrityam. Thank you Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Revati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Guru na samsyata vajano na sayasat pita na sayasvajjanina na sasyat devan na sasyatra pratiksha sasayan namo yochyatyah samubeda mrityum. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Subbarao Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Guruna sasyat swajano na sasyat pita na sasyat janani sasyat daivam na tatsyat na patischa sasyat namo chayedya samupeta mrutyum.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Both the slokas are interrelated actually. So one is what is the duty of a Uttamadhikari or a saintly person, and if that person fails in taking back the fallen souls in a right track, they are not fit to be in that position. That is the second part of the sloka, 18th chapter. For example, Guru means a person, maybe that is in a parampara Guru also, or the first Guru will be the parents actually, right from childhood. So if the parents are not in the position to bring the kids in a right path, and they are not fit to be the parents itself, that is father or mother, and the husband who has to take care of the family in a right track, if he fails in his duty, he is no more fit to be the husband or a head of the family. So even the devatas, that is the demigods, that is if a person develops faith on a demigod, because that also Krishna only gives. If a person is not surrendering to Krishna or not having any, is not turning back and seeing Krishna, obviously Krishna only gives a faith to have a particular devata. So internally sitting inside as a Paramatma. So he develops the faith on the particular devata and he performs the austerities, wherein the devata also should guide the right direction. This is the path you have to take. This path, that is asking for the material opulences or material whatever the distress we are having, for that solution, the human life is meant for reaching out to the Supreme. The same direction should be given by the Devata also. If Devata misses that, guiding that particular devotee in that direction, obviously even the position of Devata is also waste. So that is the 18th slokas summary actually. So let us move into the translation part, what actually this sloka is defining here. So if someone is ignorant and addicted to the path of samsara, that means a person who is in the material platform only. That means he is not seeing about the spiritual welfare of his own self, and he doesn't know who is he also. So if such a person is dwelling in the samsara itself, and there are two types of men in this sloka, it has been told. One is the wisely person, another one is non-wisely person. That is who is always in the mode of mode of fashion and mode of ignorance, basically. And the person who is situated in the Suddha Sattva. So that such a person, he will be actually a learned person also, and he should be more compassion towards all the fallen souls. He should not be specific to one particular type of or a category of a person, people. So like a Siddhartha Muni, we would have studied in the Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, the qualities of a Siddhartha Muni. So what are the qualities of a Siddhartha Muni? Can anyone recollect actually? 1 or 2 points at least. Siddhartha Muni. Siddha Prajna state. That is, he fixes
towards all. He's not envious of anybody. And he takes compassion towards others, and he brings them to the Krishna consciousness.
Yes. Okay. So that type of person, merciful. That is, generally we will not have the vision to see the God because we are in the materialistic platform and we have not reached to that level. So Guru only gives that path actually. So the person who is situated in that position, so merciful, and he is advanced in the spiritual knowledge. So such a person, knowing that this material life is an entanglement for any fallen soul, he should not allow the person to take the wrong path in the same direction. So that means the intention of this sloka is that a person who is situated in the pure, that is the spiritual platform, should always guide the fallen souls to reach to the Godhead. So here, the blind man is compared to the materialistic way the person leads, and the gentleman is referred to the wisely person. So these two are the two methods. So actually, when we take into account these two types of people, the two types of men, under this category, the category of the blind man, we can subdivide in so many ways. Correct now? One person will be only falling into the fruitive actions. One person will be fruity active speculative knowledge. He feels that he is more knowledgeable. So the materialistic way of explaining the things, he will not be accepting the supreme God, more envious person. These type of categories, again, it will go. But it will go in an innumerable way of divisions actually. In one of the lectures, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned actually this there will be it's an endless thing. So as per the Vedic scriptures, we have a division also. Correct na? So in 4th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Chadurvarenyam. So it has been given there. So it defines the 4 ways of, that is a way of division. One is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So here all the 4 people are very, very important. Not even one society is less or one society is more. So like if you take the entire body, the head part defines the Brahmana, and this shoulder and this part defines the Kshatriya part, because head defines the intelligent part, Brahmana utilizes the intelligent part, and then he guides the society. And it is the main, his main duty is to take care of the society to the right direction. He has to guide actually. The second is the Kshatriya part. So the shoulders, and then that part who will rescue the people actually, take care of the society, protection to the society. That is the Kshatriya part. And then that is the waste part will come the Vaishya, who takes care of the food, all those things, like farmers and the merchants. All those people come under the Vaishya. And legs. So legs comes the Shudra part. So in this body, if one organ is also not there, obviously that is not the complete version of the body. Correct na? For example, if you want to go to temple, if we don't have the legs to walk on, obviously the legs also are very valuable here. Without legs, we cannot walk. Without legs, we cannot do any action from moving from one place to another place. So even the intelligence is telling to go there. If there are no legs, obviously how we will be able to move to that place. Correct na? So everything is interdependent. So there is the head part is more valuable and legs are least valuable in the body. So all the entire parts of the body is very, very important for a living entity. Like that, for this society, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, everyone should be there, and they should take care of their own duties, the Swadharma. So Brahmana should preach, and he should be the role model for the society. So that is the duty of a Brahmana. If he fails in that, he is no more considered as a Brahmana. Next one is Kshatriya. Kshatriya should be the front end to provide the protection to the society. If he is in the back end, nowadays how actually the government runs actually. Only the soldiers will be the front end, but in that is during the Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga and all, the king, even Duryodhana being he being a greedy person also, but he stood in front of the army actually. Those days, the great warriors and the king, everyone will stand in front and safeguard the soldiers. But nowadays it is a ulta, because the Varnashrama Dharma is not followed in the right way currently. Shudras only rule that is the country. So when Shudras rule, automatically, so the Brahminical advice will not be there, and then obviously everything is in the backward direction. So that's where the system is failed. And now we have a democracy, correct na? In the democracy, if a person gets 18 years above, they are free to elect the person actually. So they don't know whether this person will be doing good to the society or not. Blindly they will follow. So just because we have the eligibility to vote, there is a misuse. Obviously, the ruling person also should be in the qualified state. So if that person is not in the qualified state, they cannot guide the society in the right direction. So when Varnashrama Dharma is taken care only, there will be a peace in the life actually for every living entity. Until then, we'll be having all the hurdles. Every moment we'll be facing the struggle here. So apart from our own personal thing, the environment, the three types of that is Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Adhyatma. So Adhyatma is our personal thing, personal suffering, the Atma and its body. So what are the internal issues we are facing that defines the Adhyatmic. So Adi Bhautik, the surrounding atmosphere, Adi Daivik, so the natural. So if we go against the nature, the Devatas thing, actually there is no relationship between the that is humans and the Devatas. Obviously, that also will have a natural impact. So these type of things will always be facing in the day-to-day life. So one must know the duty of the person. And if a person is in the platform of a wisely mode, obviously he has to take care of whichever the role he plays in the society. For example, he may be a spiritual guru, he may be following the Guru Parambara, and he should preach the society. So there to invoke the Krishna consciousness in the normal people. Next is the father, mother. They are the first people who take care of the kid right from the childhood. So they should educate, like how Prabhupada's father, that Gaura Mohan De, has brought him in a very good way when he was in the childhood. So one should follow that path, which is right, which is wrong. We have to educate the kids. That is the thing we are presently lacking, because we are pampering the kids in a wrong direction. Our parents have been very strict to us. That's why we are, at least to this level, we are able to sit and listen, sit and hear to an extent. But the current generation is not into that, up to that mark. So we have missed whatever we feel that we have suffered in our childhood. We feel that our kids should not suffer. We do have that attitude now. That's why we bring our kids not in a very strict way, in a very, very pampered way. So that leads to the mode of ignorance only. Nowadays, many things are happening, even though kids are very, very intelligent in this generation, wherein we put a lot of hard work to reach some particular level. But kids are very, very intelligent nowadays. But if they are being molded in a right direction, obviously, they will come into the very, very bright future. So like that, the entire society, we are into either communism, even Russia, and then the capitalism, like wherein we follow the democracy. Both the isms are not giving any good results actually. So when you have the God-centric thing, then the Krishnatarianism, obviously it will go in a very right way. So we should follow the Varnashrama thing, and then we should educate the kids in the right direction when they are very, very engaged. There is no age limit to teach the kids in the spiritual path. We should slowly make them to do the Mangalarati, Darshan, make them to recite some slokas. Slowly we have to make them. And we have to be a role model to perform that. When we do, obviously, they will also follow. So that is the responsibility of the elders in the house. So from there only the Krishna conscious starts actually, right from the family that is in the house. Guru na sa shayat. So here the guru. So he will not be a guru. And then swajano na shayat. That is, if he is not bringing the sishyas in the right track, he will not be no more considered as a guru. Pita, that means the father, mother. If their kids are not brought up in a right track, then they are not fit to be in that position. That means here indirectly, a guru should not take a disciple if he is not able to make them bring the disciples in the right track. Even the parents who will not be able to bring the kids in the right track, they should not have the kids only. That is the thing. So having the kids and then not bringing up in the right track and then making the society in that is troublesome. That is always a bad thing in the society. So Daivam also. That means Daivam means the demigod, that is the Devatas. A person will be inclined to worship the Devata, but Devata also should, that is guide the devotees in the right track. This is the direction. You have to reach out to the eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. So that direction the Devata has to give. If that Devata fails, and then if that Devata also expects, that is, they are also in the material mode, because so they are in the Sattva Guna, but they are also in the material mode. If they are also bound to the 3 gunas. So if they also work in the 3 gunas, obviously they will be expecting the things from the human, that is the living entities also. If that relationship is only for their personal expectation, obviously that is also waste actually. So even Pati means the husband also should guide the wife. So if they are able to guide, and obviously that will lead to a very elegant, that is alien, sorry, for example, that leads to a very healthy environment, and then that will make the living entity to reach to the go back to the Godhead. The proper guidance will be given to them. If that is lacking, obviously they will come to the birth and death cycle. That is one. That is who is on the path of repeated birth and death. So we will also come back like that only. If we take the whatever role we are having, if we are able to preach others and then make them move into the right track and then make them to the path of the spiritual elevation, obviously they will be able to cut the knot. Correct na? In this karmashyam, whatever the activities they are doing, they will be able to come out of that. So Hridaya Bandhan, I think we have 2-3 slokas before we have read that. Correct na? We should actually remove. Otherwise, they will be always bounded here and they will be coming back. One who cannot deliver, that's Guru, a spiritual master, na, not sa, he, Shaya should become Swajana, a relative, na, not saha, such a person, Shaya should become Pita, father, na, not, that means he should not become father. Shaya should become Janani, mother, na. So mother also has a responsibility, not only the father. She, Shayat, should become Daivam, the worshipable deity. So whomever the living entity worships, not, Tat, Shayat should become na. Pati, husband, Cha also sa, he, Shayat should become na, not. Mosheti, can deliver, they should deliver. So the spiritual, with respect to the husband and wife, if we take into account, wife should always support the husband to elevate into the spiritual path, and husband also should support the wife to elevate in the spiritual path. Both have to support each other. Example, in our Vedic scriptures in third canto, we would have studied Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Correct na? Devahuti did that is lot of austerities to her husband. She supported like that. One must always support other person in coordination. Then only that is the right way to perform our duties in this world. To move out of this world also, the entanglement, we have to actually cut that. So if we are not putting any any endeavors on that path, obviously we will be coming back to this world only, and then we are Punarapi Jananam and Punarapi Maranam. So should one who cannot deliver his dependence, very nice word actually in the translation. So dependence from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, a father, husband, mother, or a worshipable demigod. There are many spiritual masters, but Rishabhadeva advises that one should not become a spiritual master if he is unable to save his disciples from the path of birth and death. This one line is the total summary of this particular sloka. Unless one is a pure devotee of Krishna, he cannot save himself from the path of repeated birth and death. If you are not surrendered to the Supreme Lord, he cannot get out of this material entanglement. So in 4.9 sloka, that is very, very nicely given here in this sloka. Janma karma che me divyam evam yo veti tatpataha vyakta deham punarjanma naiti mam yeti so Arjuna. So one who knows the transcendent nature of my appearance, that means the Supreme Lord, Krishna's appearance and his activities, does not upon leaving the body. After one, if they know about the Krishna and they are able to strive to know about him more and more, so obviously when that person leaves this life, he will never come back again actually. That means take birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal eternal place. That means they will reach the Supreme Personality Godheads, the abode. So that is the assurance Krishna is giving in the Bhagavad Gita. We may have many instances. One can stop birth and death only by returning home, go back to Godhead. However, who can go back to Godhead unless he understands the Supreme Lord in truth? So Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yogeti Tatvatah. We have many instances in history illustrating Rishabhadeva's instruction. Sukracharya, so rejection. Sukracharya, I think we know, Vamanadeva has 3 feet of land, and 3rd feet, Bali Maharaja doesn't know how, that is how to close that actually, correct now? But he decided to give, where is the 3rd feet, Vamanadeva is asking. And then he gave, Atma Nivedanam, he did. But Sukracharya was telling, don't give. So the person who has come is not a normal person. He Swayam Vishnu has come here. So don't give the word. So Sukracharya was advising actually Bali Maharaja. But still, he rejected, because the purpose of the life, the human life, is to reach the eternal God, that is the eternal abode of the God. So the Sukracharya here, he was in the Karma Kanda mode. He was for the fruitive activities, he was showing the path for his, that is a disciple. So that's the reason he rejected, and then he gave his own head, and then asking a boon, that is a benediction. Always he should take the darshan of the Lord. So that's why Vamanadeva is in the, that is in the Sutala that is the down world, that is out of some 14 planets in the down, we have the Sutala. There Vamanadeva stands as and the front of the gate actually. So that's how God is, that is Krishna is when you move 10 feet further, means he will give 100 feet, he will come front, and then he will come further and receive us actually. He is ready to bless us, he is ready to take care of us, but we should only move forward. So Sukracharya was not a pure devotee. Okay, and he was more or less inclined to the fruitive activity, and he objected when Bali Maharaj promised to give everything to Lord Vishnu. Actually, one who is opposed to give everything to Lord, because everything belongs to God. Yes, he is the supreme proprietor. We are not the ownership of anything in this world. We are only allowed to utilize, and we have to leave back everything here, and we have to go back to the Godhead, or to the whatever the destination we are meant to as per our karmic reactions. Consequently, the Supreme Lord advises, this is a very nice sloka, 9.26 and 9.27. So how to perform our devotion is in 9.26, to whatever capacity we are having. If you are rich, we can offer more. If you are very poor, we can give even one fruit, one, that is water, and then one leaf or one flower to the Supreme God. That also Supreme God takes actually, he takes. So, and the next is how to perform that is the sloka 9.27. Yet karoshi, yet ashnashi, yet joshi, tadashi, yet tapashyasya kaunteya, tat kurushvat mat arpanam. So you have to, as a offering you have to do. So whatever you perform, correct na? So all that you do, and then whatever you eat, whatever you offer, and whatever you give as a that is what, dana, that is a charity. As well, what are all the austerities you are following, everything you should perform as an offering unto me. That's what Krishna has given as advice to Arjuna in 9.27 sloka. That is called as a bhakti. So one should have the devotion. So whoever it may be, whatever the role they are taking care here, as a father, mother, as a husband, as a guru, as a devata, they should always show the right path which leads to the bhakti for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So unless one is devoted, he cannot give everything to Supreme Lord. Correct now? So what is the priority we are giving? What is the position we are giving to the Supreme Lord? That is very, very important. Unless one can do so, he cannot become a spiritual master or husband, father, mother. Similarly, the wives of Brahmanas, I think we can recollect this pastime in Vrindavana. So when Krishna Balram went to the Brahmanas, they were hungry. It is also a pastime. So they went to ask for a food. Actually, initially they sent the Gopas, that is the friends, Gopa friends. They refused actually, because they were doing some rituals, and then that side the food and all is getting ready. All those things are getting ready, but they refused. Brahmanas refused to give. And then next, they went and asked the Brahmana wives, they gave. That's why they got liberated in that Leela actually. So it's a very nice, wonderful Leela. If you have time, you can go walk through that in the Krishna book. It's very nice. This is an example of wife rejecting a husband who can deliver her from the impending dangers of a death. That is, the Brahmana's wife gave the sacrifices, which was up to the relatives just to satisfy Krishna. This is an example. Okay, so a birth, that is, even a wife or husband, both have responsibilities in supporting one's spiritual life. That is very, very important. Similarly, Prahalad Maharaja rejected his father. The Marda Maharaja rejected his mother. These are all the examples. I request to take care of the background noise. Husband, father, whatever role we are playing, we should always be supportive to the society and the own family to make them to elevate in the spiritual path and perform bhakti. Rishabhadeva, superior relative, accept worship from the inferior relative. But here, Rishabhadeva forbids this. First, the father, spiritual master, husband must be able to release the dependent from the repeated birth and death. That's why every one of us has the responsibility. In our own family, we are more responsible to make others who are not that much inclined to the Krishna consciousness, we have to make them to bring to that path. So pray to them, pray for them. At least if they are not listening, we should pray to the Supreme God to show them mercy so that they also should elevate and go back to the Godhead. If we cannot do this, he plunges himself in the ocean of reproachment of the unlawful activities. So very nicely said. He will become more fallen soul and he may not be able to come back also. Everyone should be responsible and take charge of his dependents, just as a spiritual master takes care of his disciple. Correct, na? So in authentic way, those who have taken initiation, the spiritual master take care of his disciple till he reach to the Godhead. Okay, like that, everyone in the family, father, mother, husband has to be in that same role. So ensure that they should follow the spiritual path, and then they should make the others also move into that path. So they should support in that way and takes charge of his son. All these responsibilities cannot be discharged honestly unless one can save the dependent from the birth and death. So we too have all of us have a responsibility as per this sloka. I think we will take care of this part in a very good way with the mercy of the Guru and Gauranga here. And then I will close the today's session with this. If you have any doubts or if you have any personal realization, I request you can come forward and then you can explain that. That will be helping us others also. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
Yes.
what
Yes.
is difference between Paramapurusha Bhagavan and Supreme Lord, Mulumudar Kadavul?
Both are same only, Mataji.
Both
the
are
names.
same.
Yes.
But in the Tamil version, they told the difference. If you know the Paramapurusha, then only you know the Supreme Lord.
Both are same. That is only the different names. Actually.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any other doubts or any reflections like how Mataji used to ask? If whatever any realizations, I humbly request to come forward and then speak. As I need to close this session now. I have another session. I need to go. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Before, my son used to chant along with me.
Okay.
And nowadays he's not doing that, but he does chanting. But whenever he finds time or night times, he will do. And before, it's not that Krishna conscious now. He says, I'm a Shaivite, I'm a Shaivite. And he has lot of angriness nowadays. Not listen to me. I don't know how to get back to Krishna consciousness again.
Okay, Mataji, you do prayers for him. That will you offer prayers. You know this Tulsi Manjari and all this. You in the Tulsi plant, you see that Manjari That is the stem which will come now, flower.
I know.
You do in the Brahma Muhurta, you do your chanting in the Brahma Muhurta time, you complete that. And that intense prayers will be always help, Mataji. But along with that, we should also have that patience too. It will take time because everything is as per the karma reactions. So whatever the outcome of the karma only we are facing here. So that period will always have to pass through also. But if Krishna is showing mercy, we may pass through very early. Otherwise, we have to pass through as usual only. So you have your intense prayers to the Supreme Lord on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Obviously, it will come out. He will be able to come out of that, Mataji. And when we do chanting in the evenings and all, that time our tamasic guna will be more elevated, Mataji. It's good always to perform in the morning times wherein the sattva guna is more. So if we complete our chanting at least before 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, that will be helping us a lot. That is worst come situation based on our responsibilities at home. Because as a woman, we have morning cooking, all those things. In that, we will have very less time to contribute, correct now? That's why if you are able to do it in the 3 to 4 o'clock time, that will be best time to do the japa. So that time will be more in the sattva guna, and then the prayers will be focused. Attentive chanting will be having. So attentive chanting will help us to, that is our words also will be listened in the family, Mataji. This you will always see.